Hello friends, I am Ayush Bansal and I welcome you to the second video in series on object-oriented programming using C++. First of all, thanks a lot for the great response you gave to my first video. If you haven't checked that out, you can find the link in the description below. In this video, we will be looking at writing a simple C++ program and then we will try to understand that program. But hold on, you might be thinking that you know this. Still, I suggest you to watch this video till the end and who knows, maybe you will come to know something new. This is my Dev C++ code editor. I like this editor because it is easier to use. I'll go to File and I'll click on New, then click on Source File. It's always a good practice to save your file before you start writing on it. I'll save it as helloworld.cpp. You can name it anything you want. Just remember to give it meaningful names. At the start, we need to include some header files. So we will write #include iostream using namespace std. We'll get back to the meaning of these in a while. Then comes the main function. We'll write int main. In the main function, we are supposed to write logic of our program. The function body should be enclosed within these curly braces as we have enclosed it. We will just type cout hello world to display hello world on the screen. Save it by clicking on file, save. Then we'll go to execute, compile and run. Voila, there's our output saying hello world. But wait, how did these lines of code get converted into this output? This is what we will be looking at next. So it's easier for us to understand the program. These are the stages of program execution. We have our source code, that is .cpp file. The first stage is preprocessor. This is a software that includes the header file, the ones we mentioned, iostream header file. So these header file will be loaded into our program and the program will compile. The compiler converts our program into assembly code. These are CPU instructions. These CPU instructions are in turn converted to binary form, that is first generation language, using assembler. So assembler takes in CPU instructions and generate machine code, that is binary code. Now it might be the case that your program spans over multiple files. You need to link those multiple files. For that, linker is available to us. So linker takes all the files and link them to each other, and this file is stored into the secondary memory or the hard disk. Then there is a loader which loads the file from the secondary memory into the primary memory or the RAM, and we have executable code, that is .exe code. To summarize, program execution contains 5 stages: preprocessor, compiler, assembler, linker and loader, and these are all programs, just programs. Let's understand what comments in C++ are. It might happen that you open your program after a long time, say a month or a year, and you don't remember what a specific piece of code is doing. This is where comments come handy. Comments are explanatory statements that make the code more understandable. So, if you are sharing your code with someone else, that person can read the comments and easily get the essence of your code. Comments are of two types: single line comment and multi-line comment. As the name suggests, single line comment span over a single line and they start with double slashes, whereas multi-line comments span over multiple lines and they start with a slash followed by an asterisk and end with an asterisk followed by a slash. Now, let us understand our helloworld.cpp program. The first line says #include iostream. Here, hash is known as preprocessor directive, and it is used to instruct the preprocessor to include the contents of iostream file into our program. But why do we need this iostream file? This is because it contains declaration for cin and cout objects, about which we will be learning shortly. The next line says using namespace std. Here, using and namespace are keywords. Keywords are reserved words for language, so you cannot use them to name your variables or functions. Std is the name of the namespace where cin and cout are defined. You might be confused that I have mentioned IOStream contains declaration for cin and cout objects, whereas std contains definition for cin and cout objects. So, is there any difference between them? Yes, there is. In declaration, we tell the compiler about the name and the data type of the variable, means what type of value it will hold, whether it will hold int value, it will hold character value, or something else. Whereas in definition we provide the value to that variable. Same applies to declaring and defining a function. Next line of our code is int main. So main is a function and main is the entry point in the program, so execution starts at main and every program should have a main function. The next line says cout hello world. That means we are printing this contents to the screen, hello world content to the screen. Let us now talk in more detail about scene and cout. As we have seen in our helloworld.cpp program, cout is used to print contents to the screen. Hence, it indirectly represents the output device, in our case the screen. And cout is an object of class oStream. If we consider this example, cout hello world, cout takes the contents on the right hand side, that is hello world, using insertion operator and inserts that content to the screen. Hence, it takes hello world and inserts this content to the screen. Cout is used to output values to the output devices, whereas cin is used to input values from the input devices. Hence, cin indirectly represents the input device, in our case the keyboard, and cin is an object of class iStream. If we consider the example scene A, it means that scene will take value from the keyboard and assign that value to the variable A. For example, if we take input equals to 10, means the user is entering 10, scene will take this 10 and will assign this 10 to the variable A. Hence, the value of variable A will be 10. We will be going much more deeper into scene and cout when we'll talk about streams. That's all for this video. Hope you liked it. I have attached the GitHub repository link for helloworld.cpp program in case you want to refer it. If you have any doubts, please post it in the comment section. And please don't forget to like, share this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.